Just when I think it's over, bam, we're live. It was funny. I took a nap for an hour, and I was about to. Jorge Ventura had reached out and told us he'd got that new documentary done.
Oh, awesome.
So I was just about to sit down, watch it. I was like, oh, maybe I should go outside. I think the kids have gotten you. Like, I think for the first 3 days of the game, the kids were like, "Oh my god, we miss you." Now they're like, "Fuck you. Who are you?"
They've moved on.
Yeah, they moved on. They want a different dad. Instagram, CrossFit games. I think what's weird is when we do stuff like that. I think I consumed the least amount of media that I've. Well, except for, there was not. It was just like stuck on CrossFit for a week.
I know the place we went to eat was like the.
Oh, hold on! I lost you. Something happened. I think you touched something on your head and you muted yourself. Boz. I lost Adrian. Oh, I think, let me see. Are you back, Matt? Oh, the sounds of an old man sitting down.
I don't know if I'm an old man, just a tired man.
Where is everybody?
They're working and I'm slacking, so you know.
Look at that place.
Yup. There it is. Hey. I was the Coliseum is like they already have the floor up. The guys are doing the rigging on the Jumbotron. They don't waste any time, man. It's already like bare in there. It's crazy.
Hey, dude, is that grass normally there too? That turf, or that leaves too?
Oh, it's gone. It's a parking lot. This is literally a parking lot.
Wow.
Parking lot.
Hey, when you go there and scout the site, is it just a parking lot?
Yep. When we come here for production meetings, you have to kind of chalk line it out to get a sense of the dimensions. Now that we've been here for a few years, you kind of know them and you have a sense of where it's going to be, but yeah.
Adrian, someone was asking me about going to different places, and I don't remember how it happened exactly or what they were saying, but I think they were alluding to the fact that places were chosen based on, I can't remember what they said, but I said that I thought that you and Dave, for sure, through the years that you guys have been working together, sort of viewed the locations as canvases. It's like, hey, a new location is kind of adds to it changes the creativity. Like today, I'm going to paint with my foot. Today, I'm paint with my hand. Do you see when you haven't had much time, but have you thought about how the games is affected over the years by the location, whether it was at Aromas or Carson or at Madison?
Yeah, I think that you've seen that over and over and over at the games. We did that Pendleton run that one year. We did the ranch that one year. We used all sorts of Santa Monica Pier and the beach and all of that. How can you, if you have a natural feature like that, how do you not use it? And I think that was the Capitol this year, right? It's like, dude, how do you not? So it just seems like a missed opportunity. Like a stadium is a stadium anywhere, much like the inside of a hotel room is the inside of a hotel room anywhere. It's not why you go to travel to stay in a hotel.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
Thoughts? Are there thoughts about where you're going to be next year?
Not right now, and not for me. I'm blasted, man. I am so tired.
Will you take some time off?
Yeah, big time. I it's funny. This might seem insane to some people, but for years now, my wife and our games routine is come home from the games, collapse, and then I spend the next week just rewatching it. I still literally, I will talk to anybody. I will mow my grass on my own, and I will watch the games.
Study film.
Well, yeah. I enjoy it, and there's so many things that I don't see because I'm too close to it sometimes. And you go back and you watch, and you're like, "Holy shit! Some of that was really awesome. Most of it was so cool."
That is actually the question. Sorry, say that again. Sorry.
in, like even right now, we were having a drink in the room, like celebration toast kind of thing, and they had the highlights from some of the days up, and like all of us were gravitating towards it, and we're like, oh wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that person won that heat or whatever, you know. It's cool.
And that's what the question was. It was actually JR. I just sent him a link because I think he would love to talk to you. But JR was actually asking, hey, do they go back?
Too good. He's too good. Good. No, I was so impressed with him. He's really done his homework. He's a smart guy.
Yes.
For some reason, your phone keeps cutting out because of some sound that's in the background there. I don't know if it's.
I can try to move somewhere. They're like
that might be better.
That actually helped. Yeah.
There's a leaf blower back there that this guy's just ripping on. So is it still weird?
I just have to be really careful we don't talk over each other.
Okay. Hold on. I can try to move somewhere else.
When
move.
JR actually asked, that's how he asked the question. He said, do they go back and rewatch the events to learn about the events and the locations? But going on to what you said about JR, you were surprised by how well he did his homework. Was there any stuff that he came up with that you're like, holy shit, that like wasn't even my intention to reveal that? This guy's like tapping into my subconscious.
Not that I can think of explicitly. Maybe, I don't know. But nothing comes to mind like immediately.
Adrian, I don't ever remember.
Is the audio better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Adrian, I don't ever remember really I don't want to reveal his name. I know he likes to say secret, but the guy who does the programming for .com, working so closely with you and Dave over the years. I mean, of course, I know building up to the game the month before and during the games, you guys would all work very, very closely together because he does a lot more than just programming. I mean, he's integral to everything forward facing for .com. But this year, JR kept proposing that you had to watch .com programming. And in years past, when people said that, I would kind of like chuckle, like, no, you don't. But it seems like maybe you do. Like I just wasn't paying close enough attention.
I don't think it's a bad idea, but I mean, me and this he who shall not be named.
Yeah,
we don't. You nailed it actually on one of your podcasts. I don't remember. I mean, it's impossible because you put out so much stuff. But you had a conversation with somebody, and you said that it's kind of like we arrive at the same idea without communicating. Sometimes that happens a lot, but the times that we actually explicitly connect those dots are not that often. But I will say one that I thought was really cool that we did connect on the dots, and it was really important to me, was that swim test. We put that up as Friday's workout of the day for Saturday, Friday night for Saturday, and we put a dry land version on it. And I thought it would just be a cool idea because we had everybody at the games do it here, and it was like, well, let's see how many other people we can get around the CrossFit community to do it too. And so that was fun, and that I wanted to coordinate that. But
do you think that will become a theme? That every year there'll be a workout that everyone does?
Maybe. I don't know. It was really hard to pull off. So we'll see. I like the idea, though. I think it's really cool. And there's so many cool stories that come out of it. So it'd be fun if we can do it.
The crossover event, at any time did you consider letting the athletes know like a month ahead of time? Like, hey, 2 weeks? No.
You're out of your mind. A month? A month? Come on. You give those guys another night with that, and it would have been a completely different story. Like one day advance notice with that, and that would have been totally different.
Did you consider that?
No. I mean, considered it, but then rejected it. Yes.
And because you wanted to see what they could do just with that short notice, that was part of it.
Yeah, I mean, like I think we saw that this year, where a lot of athletes were stretched in a direction that they weren't used to being stretched, and a lot of the athletes think that they had a beat on Dave's rhythm, which that's great, they did, but it's a little different now. It's just the way it's going to be. So the job is to create a test that is legitimate and not goofy. I mean, like I think that there is a point where you can put skills out there that are just kind of useless or goofy. But the test should stretch the best. And I think it's really cool that you saw the best rise to it. I mean, Tia's still on top. Justin's still on top. Yeah. Did it look not quite like it did in the past? Were there some moments where I think they were having a bit of a, oh shit? Yes. But they rose to it and they adapted. And that's the whole point, right? Is to see who can do that. And they did it. So good for them.
There was a games that in Carson where there was a softball toss, and when it was proposed to Greg,
everybody's favorite event.
when Greg proposed it to Dave, I think, and you may feel free to correct me if you remember differently or better than I do. Greg wanted them to throw right and left-handed, and
oh, that's awesome.
And Dave pushed back, and he's like, "Hey, I just don't want like this thing to turn into like the next 2 years of memes of CrossFitters throwing with their left hand and just destroying them." But I think it's a valid test to be able to throw with your right and left hand. Something like that, is that something that you would put out as you would give a hint to or a challenge to? I'm just using an example. If you want to use your own example, I'd fucking love it. But be like, hey guys, next year you have 1 year to be able to be ambidextrous.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Like when you start getting too specific about things, I think you lose it a little bit. And it's hard to quantify sometimes where that line is. And I don't know, it's like pornography, right? Like, when you see it.
Thank you. Great example. I appreciate you knowing your audience. I appreciate you relating to my audience.
He does, yeah.
But so no, I don't know. I don't know how far to put that. Like Greg used to talk about the importance of throwing, obviously, that's in that hierarchy, and like non-technical climbing and stuff like that, where you're not looking to be so specialized in that activity that further development in it is just kind of a dead end. But you want to be competent enough that it plays into the generalist. So the basic body awareness, the basic ability to transmit force through your body and through an object, stuff like that. So I think as long as you kind of stick to that, there's a lot of freedom to play around with it.
I love the idea of a 50-foot rope climb. That can never happen, right? Dudes will fall from it, right?
I love that idea too. Have you seen some of the, I think it's Red Bull maybe that does one of those like super tall ropes, and they do it over water usually, and it's through a platform. So it's like a suspended platform. I don't even know what it is, and it drops down like 40 feet, and you start in the water, and they climb it up out of the water. And not everybody. And it's awesome. I would love to do something like that.
We were discussing a giant rope, and Taylor brought this up. I think he said after 25 feet, since most people have never climbed a rope that big, there's a component that starts where you can't loop the rope under your feet anymore. It becomes incredibly difficult because there's so much rope below you hanging. You can't pinch it. Sorry. And I'd love to see them in that circumstance.
Me too, because we go back to basics. I could climb that rope.
Spanish wrap.
100 times. Thank you. You nailed it. I could climb 100-foot rope right now, and I'm not that fit, but I know a technique that would maximize my efficiency. And it's basic, and a lot of people skip over that because they're, quote, beyond it. And it's like, yeah, that's cool until you need it.
I see. Like this, like a single under. Like, hey, I know 3 ways better than climbing a rope that are faster than you, unless you hit that random rope that's 70 feet tall.
Yep. And then what do? You burn out and you're done. Yeah, single under, same kind of deal. Or like you see people now, like the game is so advanced for so many people. There's so many places where people just learn a kipping muscle up, for example, before they could ever do a strict, or they learn how to just do these flying dynamic skills before, and that's fine, but they view it almost as, why would I bother to do that first step if I could jump to the third step?
Yeah, it'd be interesting for that. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but they have these things like an endless rope. So it only comes up about 10 feet, and then it just feeds into it, and it tells you how many feet you're going.
Oh, that'd be fun. You just, who last man standing? Let's see how far.
Yes, exactly. Then when you fall, it's only a little bit.
I just love the idea from a photographic, cinematographic spectacle of dudes who are 30, 40 feet in the air, and you could take pictures of them. And yeah, it would just look hairball. The drone shots you could get of that would be nuts.
I love it.
Adrian, we've had movements that changed the entire game for the entire community, changed the whole fitness world. And the hand release, push-ups, the chest to bar pull-ups, things that just, not that they were invented by CrossFit, but when so many people start doing it at once because they witnessed it at the games, that's just what happens. Did any of that happen this year? Did we change? Is the pegboard game going to be different? Are we going to see a kind of a resurgence in jump roping seminars, things like that, you think?
I don't know. I mean, that's not really for me to decide, but I'll tell you what's been really cool is I've gotten so many messages from coaches, from affiliate owners, from just regular people that were like, man, it's so cool to see some of these things highlighted that people haven't thought about in a little while. And I got some really encouraging messages from people that were like, hey, I was kind of feeling my training was stagnant, but I'm like fired up to explore again. I'm fired up to like get out of the rut that I've been in. So that's really cool to hear. But as far as like the long lasting impact, like that's not for me to decide. That's for.
Yeah. Well, to your point, Boz, I think it'll be cool because as an affiliate owner, sometimes you're trying to get people to work on the skills, right? Nobody wants to work on their double unders and it comes up in the open and next thing you know, they got 12 hours and everybody wants to learn. And if you try to warm up with different things like a cross, everybody's like, this is lame. We're not going to do it. But now that it's in the games, that door reopens. Now there's more excitement into practicing and playing with those new techniques, whether it's in a warm up or whether it's in a workout. So that was pretty cool.
Boz, thanks for an amazing games experience as a CEO spectator and the pics you took the time to take with me and the demo team today. Oh,
Hey, I said that what was the name on
Susie?
That?
Susie
Oh,
Tell.
yeah, Susie. I did meet Susie. I saw her a couple times, but I didn't know Susie was her name. She was like front row, man. She's having a great time. And I said that if you didn't pick that photo that we took with her, dude, I was going to send you a text and be like, what the fuck?
But did you, Susie send me that. Send me that so we can post it.
For your winner, right? She's going to donate.
For the Echo bike. Yeah, she didn't win.
What, do you hate charity?
No, we had to pick a Mexican guy. Sorry, DEI council picked him. Santiago something. Sorry, Susie. Did you hear Ricky get booed in there? I heard some rumors that Ricky.
It was mild and it was early, and then after that, I think people were just celebrating what was going on in front of them. I didn't see it be like a real persistent thing.
Hey, let me tell you something, people. And maybe Adrian's going to tell me there's no fucking way. If Adrian heard you booing and he was standing there, he'd probably call you out to the field, hand you the microphone, and be like, "Hey, express yourself." Like, you better fucking watch out. Someone doesn't call you out for that shit. No, not Adrian.
Probably.
I mean, this community can catch Adrian on at the right time. And anytime he's a no nonsense guy.
Yeah. The thing that I tell you what was weirder to me than that was some of the behind the scenes, not behind the scenes in the sense that it was happening here. Hold on a second. Sorry, that's weird traffic. But I was getting early in the competition, I was getting a bunch of DMs from people, and this is really unfortunate to me, calling out our decision to allow Russian athletes to compete. And they're like, how can you support the murder of babies and this and that? And I thought, man, like, what a terrible thing for those athletes that have, I'm a firm believer that people should not be held accountable for the crimes of their regime that they happen to live under. It's a terrible thing to lump that onto somebody who is just trying to live their life.
Especially a guy who left.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sign of that, and has truly sacrificed so much to come here to do this. And so that was really disheartening, but the amount of support that he was shown on site was incredible. That guy is so cool, man. I'm telling you. Not only is he an absolute savage, but just the coolest dude. Like, despite the fact that I don't speak any Russian and his English is not good, you can feel it. You know what I mean? That guy he's the real deal, and just a sweetheart of a guy. It's awesome.
Did we ever find out where he's?
The support that he got was just so cool, man. Like people love
Yeah.
out of that guy.
Adrian, did we find out where he's gonna end up staying? Like Sean announced over the live feed on the broadcast that he got a 5-year visa.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. That's awesome.
Mhm.
No, I don't know anything about it. That's cool though.
Do you keep up with the athletes at all? It seemed like something that Dave didn't really do either, and it doesn't seem like what you like. Do you have any favorites, or do you have people who you think are going to win, or do you think about the athletes when you do the create the workouts?
I don't think about the athletes when I'm doing the workout planning. I mean, do I keep like an ear in on the sport? Absolutely. But I don't, it's weird because for so many years being in the kind of head judge and officiating role, like there was a very kind of rigid, I don't know what you call it, professional distance where, I mean, frankly, I don't think they wanted much to do with me, and that's fine because my job is
Right.
my job is to keep things straight, and that doesn't always land in their favor. So I get it. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, I'd like to think that I get along pretty well with anybody most of the time. But as far as like actively pursuing relationships with the athletes and that sort of thing, not really.
Thanks, Sevan and Souza. I feel like I competed as I feel like as I came off as an emotional roller coaster, staying up late 5 nights in a row was, all right. Thank you. Wow. This person stayed up 5 nights late in a row to listen to the interview with you, Boz.
Oh, wow. Thanks. That's cool. Hey, how did you guys like that sandbag thing? Like, no bullshit. Cause that was the roll of the dice, man. It was like, it could have gone, like, I knew we had something because every time we did it in testing, we did twice, once at Rogue and then once back a house here with the demo team. And, there's always a few people milling around. Like there's an equipment guy doing stuff and a signage person doing whatever. And every time we ran those sandbags, no matter what people were doing, they would stop and gather around and just stare at it because it was such a spectacle, and I was like, okay, I think we got something here, but you never know until you do it. So I was really nervous that wasn't going to play well and that the athletes weren't going to dig it, but there was a ton of athletes that met me at the finish line when they were doing their tie break, and they're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That was heartening, but I'm curious to see because you guys, you're on the other.
I liked it a lot because, the athletes are so proficient at the lifts now. You're either going to make it or they're not. They all know their numbers, right? But not a lot of them have probably touched those bags as how heavy they got. And there was so much drama through the middle of the lift. Like they would get it to the lap, you would hear the hands, the crowd would go crazy. They would get it here, you would think they're not going to make it at all. And somehow they would complete the lift, get the go from the judge and go. So I really liked it because it got to showcase their strength in a different way. But the drama aspect of it was really cool. So I was a fan of that. I was a fan of that event.
They were smoked coming off the field too. Like you think they was like, 8, 9, 10 efforts. The last 3 or 4 were like max efforts for like 20, 30 seconds. I mean, that's a lot of time.
Dude, Cole Sager, I would love to have seen someone do like whatever, however you check someone's neurological system after that, his final lift. That's the shit. He's a savage.
All of those guys are. I mean, like Danny Spiegel's last lift. I mean, unbelievable. I just, I don't know what the ceiling is for her, like that. I was blown away by that. It was so cool.
Someone should have yelled, drag out it. We'll give you $1,000 for every extra bag you go, and just let her just go. Start collecting grand at a time. I thought it was brilliant. To be honest, I like the showmanship of it. I like the way they come out one by one. I like the way it went longer. Sometimes the lift events are too short for me. I kind of like the way it dragged out. I like the different color bags. I like the way the guys sit around and we get to see them kind of posture on each other and front on each other. I liked it that the 350 bag came out. I like the show of it, like. And then as far as the lifting part, I learned to appreciate that there's that jiu-jitsu aspect of it that Justin Medeiros was doing, which is he had a really, really interesting technique to submit the bag, so to say, and get it into its submission, and then fuck you. And I like that piece.
I think what was crazy too is the difference in body types. I mean, your boy Mertens was crushing at the beginning there. I mean, I couldn't believe how fast he got that thing to the shoulder. And then also Nick Matthews.
Oh,
I mean, dude, you look at him, you line those guys up and you say, which one of these guys is going to lift a 340-pound sandbag? It ain't
him.
On site. You know what I mean? Crazy to me. I don't even know what to say about that. It was wild.
That dude should go home and be like that dude's star, like skyrocketed. Nick Matthews.
Yeah.
Wins the skill event and then he wins the sandbag event. Like, what a crazy range to have.
Yeah. Boz, I'm glad there was a sandbag ladder instead of a barbell squat clean ladder. Thanks for changing it up, Mike Sauce.
No problem, man. My pleasure. I'm glad it played out well.
Mike, I hope you're on the sauce with a name like that. Hope you're all sauced up.
Boz, which event were you most nervous about before it started? Now that we know them all, now that they're over, like preemptively, like as you wrote it, as you were coming into the weekend, which one were you most nervous about? And then as it got closer, logistics wise.
That's hard. I don't know about most. I mean, there's so many that could have gone so differently. The Capitol was really tough just because of the range that we covered and so many opportunities for so many things to go wrong with that one, just because, like it's so spread out. So that was anxiety inducing. And then the pool, for a different reason. It's funny because that workout is so simple, right? You look at it on paper, you're like, okay, you're gonna swim, you're gonna roast some calories, but the integration to get all of our stuff there, to integrate with the pool system, to get the busing schedule right, to integrate that with the rest of what was going on on campus, to keep that train rolling. I mean, again, that was another one that could have fallen apart so easily. And once you're off track, the compound would have been just like, forget it. Like if you're off one heat, it's like, well, that's another 2 hours to the day now, playing catch up.
Jacqueline Dahlstrom and Emma McQuaid were also did some freaky shit. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, They were so impressive.
Yep. Anyway.
Lucky camera straps. Adrian, the entire weekend was amazing. Congratulations, Boz. Thanks to you and the entire games team for all the hard work.
Thanks, man. Just trying to make it awesome. That's really what it's all about.
The games, there was I learned something about media today that I've known for a while now that I just keep learning over and over and over. The games opened pretty tough. You guys had event 1 and it was like, holy fuck. Like,
oh, I forgot.
Yeah, right. We lost count. I mean, through the whole weekend, there's always one jackass who's saying Ricky Garrard only did 4 laps. It reminded me of how Trump used Twitter. Like, who cares if I fucked up over here? I'm just going to fuck up over here or do something over here right away so that you don't even remember what the fuck happened over there. I call this 2022 the Trump games. I mean, you know what I mean? It was just like, one, you saw me fall down the stairs over here, so over here I'm going to throw a rock at the last living koala bear. You forget about my falling down the stairs over here. It was amazing how quickly people forgot awesome. the bike thing, because it was literally... I mean, you could even be accused of being a fucking genius. Like, I'm purposely going to set the bar really low and then just from there up, just go up. Lawnmower? Oh, was that Bill Henniger? Was that the Dawn?
No, but I'm going to go see Bill and Katie next. You guys, I'm going to go say goodbye.
Bill and Katie. Hey, would you kiss the ring for me too?
Yes.
Thank you. Just double kiss it, and if they say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Be like, that second one's for Sevan Proxy.
Yeah, no problem.
So that bike event, what there was no, they were responsible for counting the laps, and that's where it went sideways.
Yeah, 100%.
You never thought for a second, oh shit, someone's gonna forget counting, this can turn into a nightmare. So as that started unfolding, were you just like, oh god, what the fuck?
We thought that, and that's why we told them, hey, it's counting to 5. It's on you guys. We're going to do our best. But if the pack spreads out and you either get lapped or you're lapping people, it's going to be really difficult. So, yeah, you guys need to be accountable for that. So.
How do you end up at the end figuring it out? You have a stationary camera locked off and someone has to watch it and see every person go by?
No, we actually right over there.
Yeah.
They exited. See where that car is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go right in. That's where I got into the stadium, and then I was up there talking to you guys initially.
Okay.
Out that way, and then they rode that way. And so right about where the car is, we put a timing loop down that was not active to score the race as far as their finish time or whatever, but it did collect lap data. And so we could go back and look at how many times did they cross that loop and then dig it out. So it took some time in certain instances, but
hey, why doesn't Sun Young Choi get Spirit of the Game? She did 6 laps. Was that thought of in the was she thought of as a possible winner? Because the 6 laps, I mean, that shows some spirit.
Is that all it takes is to do extra work?
hey, I judge a CrossFitter. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say she's awesome, but no, extra.
Let me ask you, if you're let's say you were doing Fran, just for sake of ease, and you're on the last set of pull-ups, and you don't remember if you're 6 or 7, what do you do?
I mean, usually you just assume that it's the lower of the numbers, and you just
Sung Young Choi, Spirit of the Games. I'm telling you.
Fair enough.
All my years working there, I always wanted to be that person who chose it. I just thought it should be me instead of Nicole, but whatever. I would tell Dave that. And I would be so critical of who they picked. But I think you did good with Noah. Even though I wasn't there, Noah is he's a solid piece of chocolate through and through. He is what he is, what he is.
Great statement.
So the the bike event, and then from there, everything just got better, right?
I didn't think the bike event was this big disaster. Everybody was freaking out about it. Yeah.
Oh, wait till you go home and watch it. Wait till you go home tomorrow and watch it on TV.
Okay. I mean, from my perspective.
I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking. It was fine on TV too. It was just weird at the end. Poor Sean and Chase are like, uh-oh. Like you could just tell, like when Lazar came in, and it was almost like, like 2 people make a mistake.
Yeah.
And Lazar's like, oh fuck, this Pancheck dude fucked up, and he tries to get back out, but he's already in the jaws of death.
They waved him out. He ran out. He ran halfway out this thing, and then came back and was convinced that he had done it, and so then he ran over the finish, and so yeah, it was a little like messy.
Oh shit.
But they waved him out. I mean, I saw the whole thing happen right in front of me, and they waved him out. They were like, you need to do another lap. Mad scramble to get out there. And then he's like, he kind of, heat of the moment kind of thing. Came back into the stadium and then ran over the finish line.
Oh, fuck. His face was all contorted when he realized what happened.
Yeah.
How close were they to...
Cool dude, too. Like, I really like that guy.
So when that happens, there becomes judging options, right? They didn't finish. They fucked up. They're out of the games. They get their score. No, never. That was never an option, like a DNF.
Look, if it was like an intentional, very clear, this person is trying to cheat, well, then, yeah, that's on the table because that's just not what we're about. But if that was an honest mistake through and through, both of them,
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so in something like that, it's like, okay, well, now we got to start looking at solutions that are fair, not only to them, but to the rest of the field. And I think that's what people forget about when something happens to a specific athlete, is that you can't just resolve it for them. You have to resolve it so that it's fair to the field. And that oftentimes gets lost because people fixate on, well, it happened to athlete X,
What do new people call you? Do they call you Boz or Adrian? Like what's going on with your name?
I don't know. People call me either one, I guess, whatever they like better. I don't care.
When you're out there on the field and like someone from the crowd like wants to say hi and like they scream from like 8 rows up, do they yell Boz or do you hear Adrian? Both.
Yeah, no, mostly Boz because it's shorter and I think it's easier to remember,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a weird name.
You've really turned into the Boz.
It's the sunglasses.
Mike Sauce, man, I knew it. He's all juiced up. Any plans to bring the games to a different city every year like the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. Every year would be really hard for us. Like, you know, it's such a, games is hard, man. It's a lot to connect all the dots, and having to learn a new system, even if it's just like a new layout and, you know, things like that. Having to do that every single event would add another factor of difficulty that I don't think would allow us to do a lot of the things that we like to do. Like, I don't think we would have been able to do an event like the Capitol if we were at a new place for the first time, because you still have to get your feet under you with the existing regular venue. Once you get comfortable in a location, then you can start to expand out, because you're like, okay, like, we know the system at the North Park. We know the system in the Coliseum. It's like, you get us inside in that Coliseum, we can knock it out because we've done it and we know that system. But if it's new, you get a little bit more reserved because it's not certain yet. So I don't think that would be the right move for that and other reasons.
If you attend the games, it's like attending Burning Man. For those of you who don't know, you don't want it to. Once you go to Madison, you never want it to leave. It's a big little city.
I mean, that's why I'm still here, man. I mean, like, I'm on site, nobody else is around, and you know, I have a little bit of the old Stockholm syndrome. Not really easy. And I do think that a lot of people experience that I'd like to think that they experience that at our events.
You would be so disappointed if you brought your family to Madison for the first year. You brought your wife and your 3 kids, and then the next year it was in Carson. And let me tell you why you'd be disappointed. Because in Madison, it's such a good place to bring your family, and Carson is not so much. Not because it's a bad place. It's just not set up for that type of freedom, that type of mobility. There's traffic everywhere. When CrossFit comes to Madison, it's the big fish in a small pond. When it goes to fucking Carson, it's the fucking minnow.
Yeah, nobody cares.
And it's such a good, man. I could see it stay in Madison forever, to be honest with you. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, I love Madison too. I don't think we're going to be here forever. I mean, I know we're not going to be here forever, but yeah, dude, they've been so good to us. And you know, now, and that's another thing too. So we have such a good relationship with the city when we say, hey, we have this hairball idea to do this, like you said, a cannonball run through the city.
And it ended up kind of being that way. You guys ended up not closing the city. I thought it would be closed. It was open. Yeah,
we just had timed closings to get the athletes across certain points, and the bike path was public. I mean, we had so many people on that path that were like, what the fuck is going on? And they would stop and then cheer on the athletes. And I mean, you know, to approach a new city and say, hey, nice to meet you. We're the CrossFit Games. We want to shut down your most iconic landmark and do this weirdo event that you probably have no idea what it is. That trust isn't there yet. You don't get to do stuff like that on first pass. So,
have you met the mayor, Adrian?
I have not.
I'm going to throw this idea out there. Just came to me.
Wait, are you suggesting I get the key to the city? Is that what's going on here?
Yes. But I do think you should make a 1-minute video saying how great it was and thank you, and then also show that clip of Fuselier on the steps, and I bet you that would go a long way.
Sevan, I was thinking, you know,
I could help you make that video. Have someone contract me to do that. I could use some scratch.
I heard we can't afford you. But
you cannot. You cannot. That is right. That is right.
This is something I really hope that I know somebody filmed it, but I hope they can find the footage of it. At the bottom of the stairs, this was something that happened where oh God, it gives me a weird feeling just thinking about it. We like, I'm not a religious person, but this was pretty close.
Someone saw the Virgin Mary effigy?
No.
In someone's vomit? No, okay.
There was a group of school-age kids, probably, I don't know, like toddlers, with like I don't know, kindergarten maybe, 5 years old, 6 years old, 30 of them maybe. They're right up against the line where Fuselier was coming up. She was at the bottom of the stairs at that point, right by the State Street statue. And the teacher was kind of in the group behind them. And they just, I don't know if it was organic or if they had planned this chant, but they just in unison started chanting, "You can do it." And then the teacher would go, "Yeah." And they would start it up again. And that just continued for like minutes. And like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I had this totally, I don't know what you call it, like a divine moment where you're there, there's all these people around, it's going crazy. You have this children's choir on the side. It was like being in a surrealist movie. It was very weird and awesome.
In real time, you heard it.
Yes.
And where are you? Can you see this picture?
Yeah.
Where are you? See the cameraman on the right?
Yep.
With the camera. Where are you standing?
At that point, I think I was at the top of the stairs. For a minute, I was at the bottom, just kind of make sure that people didn't get too close to her. Like, for number one, for safety. Number two, like, man, you just don't want people breathing down the athlete's neck that much.
Hey, I'm gonna throw out another $1 million idea. Fuck I should not be working for free like this. But Rogue should make a commercial with this right here. This is fucking nuts.
That's
yes.
it.
Yes.
You can't buy that marketing, right?
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
she's
gosh.
fucking so cool.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
She's cool as shit.
Hey, I got a funny one for you
Please.
on the other end of it.
Please.
This is kind of one of those little behind the scenes things during the lifting, the sandbag. I went over to go check on the 350-pound bag, and stop me if I already told you this the other night, but I went over and it's right by where they staged all the dudes that had dropped out. So, there's most of the athletes just sitting there on the field. And on the women's side, they were excited. You could see it. They panned over there. Sometimes they're like hyping each other up and like, yeah, And then the dudes came, and I went over and said, hey, if we go through this next round and after the tiebreak, would you guys want to sit on the front bags and look at the last lifter? Like just kind of like a auditorium seating, front row action to this last lift. Those guys looked at me like I had 4 heads. I was just like, okay, I can read the room. no problem.
Isn't that amazing? Because the boys have I think it's fair to say the boys have a lot more camaraderie during the field of play, but actually if you put them too close to each other, they might just start fucking chewing on each other. Where the girls the girls flip the script in that scenario. They want to support their comrades, and the fucking dudes are like, I don't care if you die, even though we were acting like friends back here.
Yeah, it's great though. And I mean, like, that's part of the competition. I get it. It's no slight against any of those guys. They're in it, but
Scott Noah was like, I'll go watch, boss. I'll go.
He was already there.
Yeah.
Scott Leffort's $20. Thank you. Do you want you could have asked a question for that much? I'd prostitute out a question to Adrian.
I tried to shake down Sousa for my internet fee the other day. You know what I mean? Like, I had a rough internet the other day, and you guys were getting callers sending money for upgrade on the Comcast. And
checks in the mail, buddy.
Dude.
Morgan Dornte. Thank you. T. Elliott Field. Thank you. Does your new place have internet? I know you bought some place out in the sticks.
No, there's like nothing out there. I gotta figure that out.
Is there even cell service?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like amazing, but.
All right, so I could still podcast from there. Did you know Con Porter barfed at the swim event? No.
I have no idea. Did he really?
Yeah, while he was doing this thing.
Said he had too much water.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. They catch it on camera?
I don't know, but he was one of the guys. He's one of the guys who, like, you can send him a link and he'll fucking call in from his bed. It's so awesome.
Yeah, Con's a dude. He's great.
And he told us that story.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I gotta get out of here. But
you're awesome. I know. I pushed it. I know you said a quickie, and I got you for 45 minutes, longest one ever.
Fun catching up with you guys. Thanks for keeping it casual. It's nice to be able to show that we are just people trying to make awesome shit happen. So
yeah.
Thanks for keeping me relevant, Adrian. It's not lost on me. I love you.
Yeah.
Amazing week. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Is that the last one?
I don't know. Send Rich a link.
Rich, what's up? Holy shit, you did it. Holy shit, you did it. I did send what's his name? JR
A link.
a link, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna
He's
find
got-
out the boss is on here. He's gonna be so devastated.
He's been juggling so much family stuff during the week.
Yeah, he's been super generous with his time and stuff like that. So they've been awesome.
Samuel Fleming, hi.
What's up, Sevan?
Hi.
Hey, so just a little fun fact. When y'all were talking about like the single unders and like people thinking like they can go to the third step and not start the first step, Chris Henshaw is super big on that. And Mayhem had put out a video about him doing one of his seminars, and you can watch all the games athletes be absolutely terrible at single unders.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a few years back.
Yeah, it was
I remember that too.
And like, I loved it. To see it come to the games, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. We're about to see some people that look like superheroes look human again.
Yes.
So I just thought that was awesome. When he mentioned that, it popped into my brain. I remembered that video, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. That's perfect.
And it tripped up the champ.
Oh, yeah, it tripped up everybody. I mean, yeah, he had placed 23rd. Like,
Crazy.
crushed it. And it's awesome. And it's like, it lets everybody know, like, hey, start at the beginning. Don't try to, like, move too fast. Like, this is a journey for your life, not for right now. So, but love what y'all did and everything like that. And still, fuck Dan Bailey.
Oh, no.
God, I hope he dies a virgin. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, no.
I just want to say that this is a guy that I will be getting on the show. He is the winner of the armless division. I think it's called
Is that Casey?
upper extremity. This guy won first, all the first. This motherfucker cleaned house. He is a savage. Casey Acree. He has some crazy numbers. He also trains over there at Underdogs Athletics. We'll be getting him on later in the week.
Super good dude, too.
What's up, caller? Yeah, great. Cool. He's going to be easy. It's going to be a fun
Hey,
podcast. Hey, hi. How are you, caller?
Hey, I'm good. This is Max and Lucy from Milwaukee.
Hi,
How are
Max and Lucy from Milwaukee.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, I'm the guy who always tells you to keep the language down because I got all the kids in the house.
Oh, shit. Shoot. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. I
Don't
try.
worry about it. But I am calling about something else, though. I just want to give a shout out to CrossFit. They actually put up a CrossFit Kids program for the first time this year at the game. You know, having 4 kids, that was great.
So
And,
explain
got
that to me.
meet
So
people.
you show up at the venue and they have a place where you can take your kids and they can play and get crazy. Burn
And
off
they
some
actually
energy?
run CrossFit Kids classes from 3 and up to 17, 14.
Dude, best thing I've
Yeah,
heard.
great.
You're saying this is the first year they've done that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised.
cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. Very,
Yeah, that
very,
was
very,
cool.
very cool. I took my
They'll
kids
give
to
you a reason
Universal.
to come up next time.
Say that again.
They'll give you a reason to come up next time.
I know it actually is. I took my kids to Universal Studios in Los Angeles. It's supposed to be a place for kids. It costs like, I don't know, $400 a ticket or something outrageous to take your family there. A family of 5 would be like over $1,000, probably more expensive than Disneyland. And I go there and my kids start jumping from like stairs and climbing on railing and doing all this stuff. And security comes over and goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "My kids are just playing." So they can't do that. I'm like, "Well, where's the kids park?" And they're like, "They don't have one." But they have candy shops, donut shops, and it's a place for kids. And they don't have a single place for kids to burn off energy.
Yeah, you know, I take my kids every year to the games to give them a little different perspective in life and what good looks like. So
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. How do I win the Echo Bike?
You have to, we had criteria, or DEI council said you had to be a midget. And then we had a little card. You had to be a certain shade of, fit into the right parameters of the shade color of your skin.
I think I fit.
You probably do.
I think I got it.
Are you a midget? Are you sure? You have to be under 4'7".
Define midget.
Under
I know
4
Matt is all about definition.
You're under 4'7".
I'm under 4'7". No,
All right.
I'm not. But one of my kids
Sorry.
is.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
There's people listening to the show probably who haven't listened before. They're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
Mary Hollis, if those pictures are of you, thank you. You are a freaking superstar. Keep strutting that shit. You know you'll get kicked off of Facebook for that, by the way. I'm not joking. We're gonna have a guest. We're gonna have a guest on who lost 150 pounds. He works out at CrossFit Krypton. His Instagram is big and flexy, and he had his post pulled down because he was celebrating his we call it weight loss, but celebrating his healthy recovery. Lewis, Mackenzie Lewis, hi. Oh, sorry. Stand by. Okay.
So, Kinsey Riley, we texted the other week, Sevan. I was going to say I was going to come on the podcast, talk about the games.
You did. Thank you. Here you are. Perfect. Thanks for coming on.
So I got myself here.
Were you at the games all week?
I was. I ended up coaching some teenagers.
Oh, what do you mean?
So,
like teenagers who are competing at the games?
Yeah, teenagers competing, yeah.
So you just stumbled into a coaching job for that?
So I coach for Mr. Athletics. I used to compete under them.
Okay.
I was coached by them, and now I kind of do some coaching for them that I'm not competing. So they pulled me in last minute to help out with some teenagers.
Oh, awesome. It is our team is a bit of it's not appropriate to call it a shit show because of the connotations that come with it, but it is a shit show. Like right before we go on, I never know exactly who's going to come on. Is it going to be Taylor, JR, John Young, Halpin? I never know exactly who it's going to be on the floor. And so I apologize for not being organized enough or having enough depth in my bench to include you, but please, maybe there's something in the future.
Oh, that's quite fine. My husband was watching every night. And he actually called in about the Casey Acree that you were asking about, the adaptive athlete.
Yes.
He called in saying he's from his hometown and gave you some info on him. So
what did he say about him?
Call in.
Say that again.
He told me just call in, and we were watching, and he's like, you should just call because since we never linked up. So I thought I should follow up on being on the podcast.
Yeah, you definitely. I'm glad you did. I don't know. I don't have a formal job interview for you here. I just have an apology that I didn't keep you in the loop and use you.
I suppose I'll accept that.
All right, thank you. But we'll stay in touch. We have each other's numbers, right? We're texting. I got your number.
Yeah. You know, I'm just home being a mom now, so hit me up.
Okay, I think the next events we're gonna do would be Rogue, Dubai, Wadapalooza. I think that's the stuff. I got to talk to someone who actually knows. Do you go to any of those?
Of course.
And even if you don't, if you just watch them, we just need people who can talk and commentate and express be opinionated about it.
It kind of depends on. I mean, I try and go to as much as I can. I am 16 weeks pregnant right now, though. So at the end of this year, I'll be getting real pregnant, and then I'll be a new mom in the new year. So
how many kids do you have?
I'm not sure my availability. This will be our second.
Wow, congratulations.
Why, thank you. Wish me luck.
Yeah. Are you still training hard? Do you have morning sickness?
Definitely not training hard, but definitely still training. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a month that was pretty rough, but you know, I know it goes away. So I think I'm out of it now. Luckily, being at the games was really hard though. Being out in that heat, and you walk around a lot being a coach. I learned that. So it was tough on this pregnant lady.
The lady who helps run, she's kind of in charge of all the media for the Sevan podcast. She's working herself into that role. She's a beast, but I think she has 5 kids.
Oh, whoa.
Is that nuts? And I think she probably homeschools them and shit. They're like, and I think she's like a good person, like a clean, like Christian lady, and she has to deal with listening to my tongue. It's pretty crazy. She's pretty remarkable.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a champion.
And
so
I think she has
like
a full-time job because her husband just fucking works out nonstop.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, that's a lot going on.
Goals. Yeah.
No, but we're not going for 5 kids. No thanks. Not.
Never say never. All right. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Tell your husband thanks for watching.
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Jenny Sock. I'm going to guess that's really you with the nice auburn hair. Thanks, guys. It's been a great few days. You're welcome. I wonder who this is. Mr. Logan.
Hey, Sevan.
Hi.
What's up?
Just doing my thing. I should have got off after I got off with Adrian, but I have Susie here. I figured we'd take a shitload of calls. Susie, tell it's okay about the Echo bike, although I am 11% Mexican. Sevi, maybe you can send me a rogue sandbag. This rogue sandbag. What a fucking waste of fucking money. Just go pick up something heavy. Have another kid and carry it around. Thank you, Susie. You're the best, by the way. You have really got me fired up a few times.
She's awesome. Ran into her a couple times at the event. Real cool.
Andrew, did you go to the event or did you watch it from home? Andrew?
Oh no, I'm there. I came up from Tennessee.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, and I kind of hear it. You sound like one of my friends from Tennessee.
So what do you think about this being his last year?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe her.
Hold on. Who do you believe? Because she said she didn't answer it, but I think Kiki and Sean both announced it for her.
Yes.
So that got weird.
Hey, do you think that was coordinated? You think like they
I think they're wanting her to get pregnant.
Oh, I mean, I want everyone to get pregnant, but and Sean, Shane called me. My mom sent me, when I was trying to get my wife pregnant, my mom sent me a 1-page document on how to do it. So I'd be more than willing to share that with you. Fucking my mom's nuts. Greatest mom in the world until she did that. I sent you an email. I look at it. I'm like, Mom, this is like how to get Haley pregnant. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know how to do that. She's like, nah, there's some nuances. I'm like, what? But I wonder if it was coordinated. I'm guessing that Sean went up to her and said, hey, are you retiring? And she said, yeah. And he said, is it okay if I announce it? And then probably Kiki did the same thing. I don't think that they would try to take the words out of the champ's mouth unless she was okay with it. But then when she was up there, she said, isn't that what everyone wants to know? I think there's this thing that happens to human beings where they start to feel themselves. I wish I could explain it better, but they start to feel themselves. And I think she's starting to feel, or say that again. That's dirty.
That's dirty.
Oh, yeah, it's a little dirty. I think she's starting to feel herself. I don't even know if all human beings ever feel themselves the whole time that they're alive. I would guess maybe they don't. But I'm thinking of like a jazz musician probably is up there playing his trumpet, and after 30 years of playing it, his last 30 years, he starts to really feel himself. And I think she's feeling herself, and it's like, it's going to be hard to give up CrossFit if she's feeling herself, because she's going to kind of see the two together as the tool of feeling herself. It's a trippy experience. Sometimes I pass through it while I'm doing the podcast. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not being fake for a second. So, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's like I'm being super fake for a second. I don't know, but I feel it sometimes, and it's weird. Say that again, caller.
Do you think she would ever switch to a teams event?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the men's competition.
I
so
thought
fuck yeah. I thought for sure you can say, yeah, fuck yeah. Hey, I'd love to see that. See her get juiced up to 1,500, her TRT levels or whatever that highest level is, and enter the men's competition. Holy shit. It would be legal too, I guess. It's a transitionary period. No, I don't think she does teams. I think you're probably right. I think they're probably ready to have a kid. I think they're probably rich. By rich, I mean independently wealthy. I think that they have enough money in the bank that they can make $38,000 a year and live in Tennessee, or maybe it's $380,000 a year, whatever it is.
So who do you think will take her spot next year at the top?
And Mal is completely unstoppable. The only hope is the only person who could possibly challenge her, I think, is Emma Lawson. And Olivia Kerstetter might be like, I mean, someone has to test her. I mean, she is a superwoman. It'd be very interesting to see what happens when she's finally shot out of the cannon into the pros. But I think Emma Lawson's the only hope, and I think Mal's going to get so fucking good, it's going to be mind-boggling.
Yeah, Mal's like.
I think a lot of fire under Danielle Brandon.
Danielle Brandon is a fucking muscle car, man. She's I just don't see her. I see her coming every year and getting to the podium and doing crazy shit. I just don't see her winning it. I think she's more like she doesn't corner well. You know what I mean? She's a fucking American muscle car. And she did what she does extremely well, but Mal is like a fucking something Italian. The corner's nice. She's like a motorcycle. A car will never catch a motorcycle. Peace and love.
Danny Spiegel put in some work today.
Whoa. Come on. How about this show's not about you. Andrew?
It was a joke.
Oh, I didn't even hear what you said. What did you say?
I said Danny Spiegel put in some work today.
She did. I'm crazy impressed by her. Someone in the DMs someone in the DMs pissed me off. You know who you are. And he said, "Why don't you bury the hatchet with Danny Spiegel and have her on the show?" It's like I don't have a hatchet with her. I say nice shit about her all the fucking time. I think she's a beast. I just fuck with her because she wouldn't come on the show because of her high moral standards, and yet she prances around in the smallest clothes ever. And I just think that, there's a can't we meet in the middle somewhere? Can't we meet in the middle? You're a little smutty. I'm a little smutty. I mean, why do I got to be smutty all by myself? But I don't got a beef with her. I'd love to have her on. But I'm impressed. Okay, thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks for the coverage. We're gonna head out.
Okay, head out. Bye. I got on my screen over here. I got a big fat picture of Casey Acree.
Nice.
He only got one on. Well,
I could see him becoming almost a regular and dropping in from time to time.
Me too. He's easy.
Yeah, super easy to have a conversation with. Really cool, really down to earth.
I was gonna say he only has one arm, but he you can't really say that. He's got one arm, and then his other arm, he got part of his other arm, like a lot of it. He doesn't have the hand part, but he has the forearm. Oh shit! Oh shit! Look at this. Look at this fucking guy. So this guy has one arm and then another arm that's missing a hand. Thank you, Shelby. But look at that black thing on his that should be a Sevan Podcast wristband. Can't you see that like this?
Yeah.
On his
right over that.
I wish I could, yeah. Will Branstetter, if you're watching this, can you take Casey's it looks like Noble and Photoshop in the CEO on there? Oh, make me famous, Will. Make me famous. Make me famous.
A lot of people were putting the Laura Horvath stuff in here as she climbed up. It would have been interesting to see how that would have shook out if those rope climbs didn't get eliminated. I think a lot of people got helped out by those by the rain last night.
Oh yeah. Canada.
That's me.
Hi. You might have to turn off turn off your YouTube.
I got you.
I can't believe I'm a real media. That's the only real media thing I say.
Yeah,
I remember being a kid listening to radio, and the DJ would be like, "Hey, you jackass, turn off your radio, AM 960."
I'm a rookie, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hi.
What's up, brother?
I was wondering about Ricky and the ramifications of what happened before. Are they trying to cover it up, or do you think conspiracy theory, how he kind of was in the lead and he dropped, or do you think that's a big black eye on the industry, or
I have no idea what you're asking. You need to ask it again, because whatever you're referencing, I can only pretend to know. So you have to tell me exactly. But I want to know what you think about Emily Rolfe and the other Canadian who fucking had clotting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know about.
Yeah, I was actually watching your show, and I was actually alarmed about that too. And
I'm alarmed too. The 3 doctors I talked to are alarmed too. It's funny. It's only been going on a fucking year in soccer, and all over the world, 1,800 more deaths a week on average in the UK, more this year than last year. But you had to wait till 2 of the fittest people in the world fucking collapsed before anyone gave a shit. Not you. Sorry, I'm losing my shit. Okay, back to you. What do you want to tell me? What you want to know about Ricky?
No, I was just thinking, with his reputation, does it supersede any accolades or awards he does, or is he always going to have this black cloud over him, or anyone that tests positive?
His reputation being as a man who used an illegal substance to at a game,
right.
and some would call that cheating. Damn, I hate that word, but it's probably true. I should just face it. He cheated.
But it was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
do you think they like if any bad stuff they want to kind of cover it up or what?
No, I think it makes a good story. Like he got
No, you
caught.
mean like CrossFit? Like if they wouldn't talk about it?
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, they don't even have any media. What do they even talk? Tell me what they talk about in the first place. I mean, there's a fucking joke over there. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
No, you're good. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, they only say they put out so little content that they don't have to hide anything. They can only talk about like 3 things. Hey, you know what they should have done? They've been doing it. They're bringing back some of the OG shit. They got the Forge and Elite Fitness, but you know what they should have done during the games is they should have tapped into some Glassman shit, like played some old what's this video Michael Dalton once made, and it had like the moon landing sound effect. Do you remember that video, Souza? Who could find that for me?
I reposted it on my Instagram, I think.
Yeah,
Was
they
it on
should have
his
played
Instagram?
something like that about how we have the cure to the world's most vexing problem or some shit. Oh, God, it would have fucking given people the chills.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I shouldn't do that. It's funny how many people turned on him and who are now nostalgic and forget they turned on him and posted shit. There's an affiliate in particular that fucking went after him really, really hard, and they're trying to cozy up to him again. And what I did, yeah, leave that up, please. I'd like to read that. And they're trying to cozy up to Greg again, and I went to their Instagram and they pulled it all down. Now, I'm all for letting people change their ways. But, dude, crucifying a man while he's down is you better come up with a lot of fucking dick sucking and apologies before you fucking come back. It's brutal. Not because Greg wants it or anyone wants it. It's just like, show some fucking humility. If not, you just seem like a scumbag. Spiegel Snatch says Weinstein's ass to mouth Franco. CrossFit Media. I made a comment that the reason why Morning Chalk Up knows everything right away is because LaFranco's ass sits on Weinstein's face, and when he talks, it just goes straight into fucking LaFranco.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, no, I don't think they're hiding anything. I'm stoked for Ricky. I like him. If I had to pick a dude to go out with and drink, or like my wife and me to go out with another couple, I'd fucking pick him in a second. I do a cruise.
Yeah.
I do a cruise, the dumbass cruise. I hate a cruise, and I do a cruise with them. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, him and Benny.
Oh my God, Benny would be so awesome.
Yeah,
I'd be fucking skinny dipping with those two in a minute.
they'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hiller out.
Yeah, Hiller out. Yes. Oh, I wish he'd have done that a few times.
Oh my goodness.
Morgan Dornte, what do you think about Medeiros winning without an event win? Would that be like Froning winning without a rope climb? Nah, no.
No, I don't think so.
It is interesting, but I mean,
I don't think the event win
kind of speaks to the programming and how good CrossFit is. Sorry, go ahead, Susan.
No, I was gonna say I just don't think, like, you could make the argument like if he couldn't do a specific movement or something like that and tried and failed, that might be more of a blemish than not a event win. But I think you're looking for the most well-rounded person. You're not looking for somebody who's just gonna win a bunch of events, right? So they always gotta say you don't have to win, you just have to be really good and consistent at everything. And that's what I think Medeiros proved this weekend.
What do you think? Oh, they didn't call in. I read it. I was gonna be like, what do you think? I mean, it's so CrossFit-esque.
Yeah. Are you calling somebody right now?
I'll call my wife. I just want to know what my kids are doing right now.
Oh.
I know I only have a couple hours of. I mean, I want to do this. This is like cathartic.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
We're live on the air.
Oh, cool.
What are the kids doing right now? What are you guys doing?
Oh no, I can hear me.
Oh, so you're watching the show. Okay. Okay. All right. I love you. I'm only going to do this for 21 more minutes, and then I'm going to play. Come and play.
Okay, they're all yours.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Avi, Ari, Joseph, what's up, buddies? I miss you guys.
Brant, how are you? They're going to love that. Thanks, Susan. Hi, Brant. Brant? Brant,
how are you? What's up?
Nothing. Elisa Carr Redow. You guys are rock stars. Stephanie Christina, $10 Californian. Thank you for all the coverage, guys. Such a great weekend. You're very welcome. Very welcome. There's Bruce Wayne. God, I haven't said hi to all my. Whoa. Look at this. I haven't seen this name in a while. No income tax in Tennessee.
Thank you for the financial advice.
Yes, Bodusi. Are you selling CEO wristbands yet? Yeah, CEO wristbands are for sale at Life is RX. Life is RX. Selling testosterone replacement therapy, wristbands, and coffee.
What more do you need in life?
Here we go. Sevan, you and the whole team crushed the coverage. Awesome job. Also, please continue to deploy the Hiller weapon system for future events. I need to do a bunch of shows not CrossFit related. You know, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a little scary at first. It's gonna be a little weird. Even just a week of just doing 2 weeks of doing nonstop CrossFit, it's gonna be weird to like talk to like a normal person. Again, Mike Sauce, what did you guys think about the new sleds?
I thought it was cool. Anytime they come up with something like that was cool.
Can I push them on concrete?
I'm sure you could. Yeah.
If I can push them on concrete, I'd love them. I'd love to get one for my house. And dear Bill and Katie Henniger, I would love for a scholarship for my kids to get one of those sleds from the CrossFit Games so I can push it back and forth in front of my neighbor's house who makes too much noise and he needs to get paid back.
Yeah, it's not about us, it's about the kids, guys. Come on, Rogue.
I thought that was just another sled. I thought it was cool that you could load it up. I don't know what to. The thing is if I had something like that, what if it turned into a planter? Like I could see myself being like, oh, I'm just gonna drill a couple.
Definitely turn into a planter.
Right? I'd drill a couple holes in the bottom so water could seep through. I'd fill it up with dirt, and then I would just push it around to sunny spots in my yard.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was at your house.
Sevan, now that the games is over, should we start moving the things in your Ziploc again to make money to have the greatest show enough to survive? No.
Oh, jeez. That thing again.
The bag. Giddy up, boys. Nailed it. Thanks, Trina. Holy cow. The Bodusi post is, God, this sucks that I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is Trina made this for me. This is so great.
That's one of the things, like being out there on the floor with everybody. I feel like I'm like missing so much all the time. Like I'm kind of just in my bubble at the games there.
I get it. That goes both ways. I get it. So she let's see if this works. Trina made this, and I just like this so much. Let's see if I can get the audio on it. Trish is back with the sweet comments. This is the lady who took the 15-inch deuce earlier. I will wipe my Bodusi. Wow. On a Noble shirt for Hiller. I'm not even sure what the. Caleb, we're gonna need the Urban Dictionary. I swear to God, I have no idea what that is. No, should I? I didn't play college basketball. I didn't hear like that.
Yes, you should know what it is. Yes.
The Bodusi. The Bodusi. How's there a butt pussy? What's the Bodusi? I mean, I understand it looks like it's a combination of some words.
Oh my gosh.
Trish. So that right there, that I think. So this woman here, Trina McLeod, that's her Instagram. I pinched that from. Mm-hmm. I think it's called like Sevan Podcast Gone Rogue or Gone Rogue Sevan Podcast, and then she makes those.
That's awesome. That one's hilarious.
Here's our homeboy from CrossFit. Oh, it's CrossFit TYL, CrossFit L Light. What the fuck? What was the name of his gym?
Nothing can stop me.
CrossFit
I'm all the
TYL.
way up.
Did you see this? Oh yeah, you did see this. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
There she is, the queen. Oh, this dude. Okay, fuck it. Now I'm gonna take. So this is the guy from PMI Premium Services. This is the guy that always donates $19.99. Look at this.
Good
Look
dude.
look at this.
Those of you that ever wondered what a owner suite looks like in a cruise ship, we're gonna check out my room. Come
I
on
went on a
in.
cruise once and I had a really nice room, but not this nice.
This is going to be my home for the next few days or so. We're gonna give you a quick tour. As you come in, you're gonna see it's got a nice spacious dining area here. We've got a living room area.
That's the way to go on a boat, right?
Yeah, hell
Best
yeah.
part of the ship is going to be out here where I'm gonna spend
This is
some
nuts.
days. It's got a nice wide deck.
Yeah, you have I'd have the whole family in there. I'd have to be careful though, my kids didn't climb up over that deck. Holy shit.
Switch it
That would be
over
scary.
when you going to go to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
PMI. I don't know what that guy. I don't know if is that guy. That guy's like part real estate agent, part travel agent, part like something for ballers. David, hi.
What's up? Why are you posting my stuff up? You like my owner suite?
Oh, what's up? Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, that thing's nice.
That thing was crazy. I was like, dumbass cruise ship. Oh, wait a second. What is this? What is this?
You need to get if you like it. Like I said, follow me. I'll show you how to get on that thing for free.
Oh my goodness, that thing is amazing. I follow too many people I follow too many people to actually see anyone. I hardly ever scroll, but that thing just somehow popped up. And wow, yeah, that thing was cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Are
Hey,
you
let me ask you-
are you a CrossFitter? You can't see your body in this picture. You do have a nice physique, especially for an
I
old
am a
gray guy.
CrossFitter.
Yeah.
I am an old gray guy, and I'm a CrossFitter. I think I met you when I was on the CrossFit Endurance staff when Brian McKenzie used to run it. You remember that?
Wow. Yeah, that I've been having a lot of flashbacks about that. Did we meet in Newport?
Yep, in Newport, correct.
Yeah, because I've been going down there lately, and wow, that's fucking crazy. John Wellborn was down there, Balboa Island, Brian McKenzie.
Yeah.
Who was the other cool dude? Serrano, the cop.
Yeah, Serrano, correct. He
Yeah.
was I think it was Huntington Beach cop or something like that.
Yeah, SWAT team, cool wife, cool
Yeah.
kids. Those people were cool
Yeah.
shit too. Yep.
Exactly. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. I got introduced to CrossFit because of him, because I was on the SWAT team here in Fort Lauderdale, and we did a joint operation with them, and he introduced me to CrossFit. I got my level 1 back in 2000. I want to say 6.
What a small world.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey,
Very
I did
small world.
Fernando, right?
Yes.
Fernando, I did a video where I worked out against one of his daughters. I was like 35 and she was probably like 10. And it went on .com, and I was wearing this shirt that was too small for me. It was the only time I was ever accused of doing steroids. I'll never forget it. I was like so fucking flattered. Someone in the comments is like, "Oh God, it's so obvious. A year ago, that guy looked nothing like that." And I was like, "Yeah, want some?" It's killer.
Yeah. So, anyways, and I got affiliated back in 2009. I own South Florida CrossFit here in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, and I've been part of the CrossFit quote since then.
Hey, thank you for all your support. It really fucking means. Oh, that's nice. It really means a shitload to us.
Yes.
It's impossible to convince anyone how much it means to us when you give us money, because this thing is like just bootstrapped, and it really is just a shit show with just really, really good people. So when you do that, it keeps the ball rolling. I appreciate it.
And no, listen, it's my pleasure. I get a lot of enjoyment out of your podcast. I know how tough it is. I know how difficult to generate income, especially when you're not politically correct.
like some people do it just to be PC,
Right.
and so they can monetize their channel. You guys aren't doing that. That's why I love you guys. I want to continue to support you, and I will continue to support you. Keep doing what you guys are doing, because we need more of you. Just like Joe Rogan, we need a lot more of Rogan and you guys in this world.
Thanks, brother.
Wow, means a lot.
All right, my heroes, keep it up.
All
Love
right,
you guys.
stay in touch, brother.
Thank you.
Will do.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm giving that
That's
dude
awesome.
I'm giving that dude my phone number.
That's awesome.
Send Fraser a link, you badusi. I sent him a link. I mean, not recently, but like during the week, I sent him a link.
I have some. Actually, I'll talk to you about it later.
Plumber, I hardly know her. Oh, do you have stories about running into Matt?
Gentlemen, congrats on a good weekend. Yes, I do have stories about Matt.
Oh, tell me.
No. Matt was crushing it last night. He crushed it all weekend.
No. I was
fun
asking
last
Matt
night,
Souza if he has any stories of running into Matt Fraser over the weekend.
Oh,
He just smiled big because he was going to tell me. Someone said, "Why don't you send a link to Matt Fraser?" And then Souza goes, "Hey, I want to tell you something." He goes, "Later." And then I, being the fucking genius I am with that supercomputer up here, I'm like, did he want to tell me a story about Matt Fraser?
I got a couple interesting stories to tell, but I got to talk with you about them first, and then maybe we'll.
Yeah, don't. I'm still hoping I get some free podium. Don't fuck that up.
No.
Plumber, what's up, dude? What did you do this weekend? What did you do there? Did you work? Did you participate? Did you compete? What's up?
Yeah. So I
why didn't we ever see you? Did we send you links? How come you never came on?
I was working with the Strong Coffee booth all weekend.
Oh, even better. I love those guys. I'd love to jerk those guys off. I drink that shit.
They're good dudes.
Yeah,
no,
I
I
drink
probably like at least a gallon's worth every day.
Hey, tomorrow morning when tomorrow at some point when I break my fast, I will put a big giant scoop of that into a cup of raw milk and a couple huge scoops of creatine, and get at it.
You don't even do big scoops. You don't even do the right size.
One gram of creatine.
Microdose.
Yeah,
I microdose. Yes, thank you.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, no, we hooked Souza up, and yeah, it was a good time. And then just watched, the fittest win. Watched Crop Top Nick.
Oh man. Oh god, it bums me out that he's a crop topper. I can't.
Oh, come on now. Will you get him on the show now? Finally,
sure.
Will you let him on?
Does that dude speak English? What language is he?
Yeah. Nick Matthews.
Yeah,
come on now.
Drop the S. Nick Matthews. What language is he? Oh, I thought I heard him speak, and he spoke like in tongues or something. He spoke a different language. He's not a foreigner.
No, he's not a foreigner.
Oh, okay.
Born and bred Minnesotan.
Oh, well, there you go. That explains it.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, gents. Well,
all right. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for the suggestion. Nick,
you're coming next year to Madison.
Probably.
You have to.
Oh, I don't know.
The campground was asking for you last night.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. It's gonna have to be something special. I would need to time it with some sort of like drive cross country or something. I think that there is. Yeah, I shouldn't even put this out there. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Why not?
Just because it's not based on anything, but at some point, someone has to be like someone whose money's involved has to be like some sellout has to finally realize that like they're selling out to the wrong people. Like how much easier it's like. Did you see that guy Fernando who's just on? He said that he supports the show because he wants to support this voice. That's exactly what Gabe said. That dude Gabe from Paper Street said, "Hey, I'm going to give you X amount every month." I'm like, dude, I drink fucking Good Dudes. I don't drink your shit. I ain't promoting your shit. And he goes, I don't care. You can talk shit about my coffee. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, send me out some. So it came out, and I like the way the beans look right away. Like you can tell they're not processed beans. They're just like fucking naked little brown beans. I started drinking his shit. It's fucking almost too strong. And I'm like, hey, why are you doing this? We can't possibly be selling you enough coffee to to make it worth how much money you're giving us. And he said, because I don't want the show to die, and I already have a little bit of success. Same thing with the lady who owns California Hormones. That's just a side hustle for her, that hormone business. But she wants to support The Voice. So at some point, someone at CrossFit like has to be like, okay, we're selling out to this woke crowd, and it's so much work and so fake, and there's nothing real there, and it's a bunch of fucking zombies trapped in their head. Or we could sell out to
you'll sell out for half the price.
We can sell it, right? We can sell out to someone. We can work with people who are like actually care about other human beings, who actually love people with what's that called?
Compassion.
No strings attached. And which way do we want to go? And I have to assume that they're not going to do it for moral, ethical reasons, but they're just going to be like, hey, this is easier, and this is where the money is. I mean, at some point, I mean, we it's kind of funny. We own their event. They should send us a thank you card, even for only sticking the tip in them. I mean, we own them. It's funny, and this is only our second year, so it's like,
damn.
I'd say it was like the first year or at least
really it is. You're right. It really is kind of like the first year, because the first year was just us getting off the ground.
Should just give me all
I was
access.
talking to someone last night, and last year it was almost as if like it was still fringe, but now it's not. Like it's still.
Dude, next year we're gonna give away 5,000 shirts.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then you're gonna have a T-shirt gun.
It's gonna be fucking
T-shirt.
We're gonna take over the fucking event next year between Gabe, Hormones, and Hiller. It's in the Sevan Podcast. We're gonna just fucking take over. It's gonna be so fun, and we're good for it too. It's not even we're nothing but even our negativity is positive.
Yeah.
God, that's some convoluted self-righteous shit. I'm sorry, I can't believe I just said that. All right, thank you, Plumber.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Susie, get some rest.
Thanks, bro. It's great seeing you this weekend, man. Great seeing you.
Yep.
Bye.
Good seeing you. Bye.
Later.
Look at Matt Broatsman. Sevan, you and your family can stay at our home next year, 30 minutes from the games next year, rent free. It doesn't smell like Badussi, does it? Caller, hi.
What's up?
Badussi's actually a scent. Hi. But everyone on this show just uses it however they want. But it's actually a scent. We looked it up in the Urban Dictionary. It's a unique scent. Okay, hi, caller.
What's up, Sevan? So I have a question.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So what did you think about the programming? And maybe I missed something with Dave being gone and Bozman taking charge on that. I don't know. Is that the case, first of all? And then the question is, what did you think of the programming? Because I thought it was kind of dog shit, except for the Capitol and all of today's events.
How long have you been doing CrossFit? How long have you been doing CrossFit for?
Like 3 years.
Okay.
I would love to know. Hold on one second. You'll need to clean up your views, Sevan. I don't even know what that means. That, like, you might have well just said to me, Abu God,
The world will keep canceling you.
I mean, he's being nice, but I just don't know what that means.
I hate that shit, though. That fucking threat. Get over it, man. We're over here having conversations. Everybody's welcome. Every opinion is open. And everybody, you can't talk about that. The thought police are coming. Oh, you might get canceled. Like,
well, he says because it's too risky. He
done.
says it's because it's too risque. I mean, I don't want my kids talking about Badussi.
Well, we might could clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, but not my
But
views. I can clean up
views.
my language, but I can't clean up my views.
Right.
I don't know if I don't know. Here's, you want to know the truth? Don't tell anyone this, okay? Caller?
Yeah, yep.
I'm so fucking loyal to Dave that I can't have a fucking clear thought about it.
Okay, so
At least that's honest.
I cannot have a clear thought about it. Do not
the guy
tell
now,
anyone
right?
that. I guess. I mean, I've never seen him quite like this. He sure feels like he stepped into it. He's always been a fucking diamond in the rough, and now he's like a fucking polished fucking diamond. I mean, he's fucking
and listen,
solid.
I like Bozman. I really do. I think he's a fucking hoss.
Yeah.
But
And don't let him
Whoever
lie
did
to you.
the
The dude's
programming-
fit as fuck too and strong.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But the problem is who did the programming? Because I don't
It was him. It was Adrian.
It just
He's freaky.
It was just odd.
He's freaky. He used to have
It
blue
was
hair.
odd.
He's freaky. What?
I don't know.
Let me just okay. You ready?
Yep.
I didn't like the jump roping thing.
What was that? Was stupid. I'm sorry. That was dumb.
Why are you talking so loud? Someone's gonna hear us.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the whole fucking internet will hear us. It'll be all right.
I didn't like the jump roping. Okay. But as lame as that was, the pegboard without using your feet, it's like, yeah, finally, man, the fuck up. Like, I like that.
Bring Josh back. Josh needs to speak on this.
It was a very gender fluid games between adding more jump roping and more like just man shit pegboard.
I mean, I don't know. The
I like
Capitol was
Rebecca
cool.
Fuselier. I like Rebecca Fuselier. I thought she was cool. I thought
she's gonna get Spirit of the Games, but I think she was probably is a rookie, so maybe that didn't put enough time.
What else? What else?
like
Okay,
Brooke
so I
come
told you
back.
something that I was struggling with. One of my inner demons, the jump roping. What's one of yours?
I have nothing.
Oh, so you just tricked me. You love the games and you just wanted to lure me out. You were just fishing.
Well, I'm curious. Did you think
No.
was it the time domains? Was it not a good test? Do you think that there was something left out? Like, was there some?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't think the time domains were bad. I don't think the test was bad. Anything like that. It was just not what we've seen for the past 3, 4, 5 years even. I mean, since Matt really kind of took over and Tia kind of took over, it's just not the same games in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Was it from a spectacle standpoint, you think?
Yeah.
Like the way the
I
events
think so.
unfolded? Okay.
Yeah, because so to be completely honest, for years past, I've watched this podcast, and then when it was you, Josh, and Matt, and then I've also watched a lot of Heber and a lot of behind the scenes shit, and so I'm waiting for that to come out, obviously. But like watching
There's no
every
behind
day
the
of the
scenes
game
shit.
this
What do you
year.
mean? What do you mean? What behind the scenes shit?
Just like as far as like Heber's and Mars, their kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
Not like your old behind
Don't
the
they do
scenes.
like
I
kids'
watched all
birthday
those
parties?
too.
I thought those guys just did kids' birthday parties. I didn't know if they were still doing anything.
Oh man. Look, AB, dude, what the fuck is he on about? Who, Souza or the caller? I don't know. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, later.
Bye.
But
my wife just texted me and says the kids want to know what Badusi is. I don't think
Great.
this show's kids appropriate.
Oh, great.
Avi wants to know why you make sure you look handsome before your podcast. I don't do that every show, but this is a big day. And Joseph wants to know if Matt has a hot girlfriend.
Can't show you. She'd get mad.
He does. I'll vouch for it. He does. Okay, guys, thank you very much. We don't have anything scheduled for tomorrow. Sousa's traveling tomorrow. I don't know what time do you leave tomorrow.
11 a.m., but we leave out of Chicago, so we got a little bit of a drive.
Okay,
What?
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to try to watch a documentary tonight and see if I can get Jose Ventura on sometime tomorrow. It won't be games related. If for some reason one of the athletes does anything stupid, like text me, like if Rich says like text me about anything or something, I'll hit him up back because like be like, hey, can you come on tomorrow? But other than that, I don't have any plans. I do like hanging out with you guys 7 a.m. I do kind of need Souza for the live call-in show. I prefer having him here, so I don't think I'm going to do just one of those. But I will talk to you soon. Adrian Bozman, thanks for coming on. Everyone at CrossFit, thank you for letting us piggyback and stay relevant through all of your hard work. And Greg Glassman, thanks for creating